Hi, you're watching Food Whims and Whimsy, and I'm Carmen DiPasquale, and today I'm going to show you how to make homemade bagels. So before we begin, let's go over the ingredients. Today we're going to be using up to 6 cups of bread flour. We're going to be using some warm water from the tap, about 2 cups. We're going to also be using some instant yeast, that's about a tablespoon. Some vegetable oil, about 2 teaspoons. This is just plain sugar, 3 tablespoons. We're also going to be using some cornmeal, and this is about 1 tablespoon. And this is just a little salt, about 2 teaspoons. Now when we go to make the bagel, we're going to need like a bagel bath, and we're going to be seasoning that up with some honey, some salt and sugar. We're just going to be making a brine. And then once the bagels are out of the bagel bath, we're going to season them up with different flavorings. So I have this everything bagel, but if you don't want to use something like that, you can just make your own. This is a chopped onion, dehydrated onion, poppy seeds, sesame seeds, and maybe some salt. First thing we're going to do is add the 2 cups of water into the KitchenAid, and this is warm. And we're going to add the yeast, and we're going to bloom that. So we're just going to let that go for a couple of minutes. So it's been a couple of minutes, and I can see that the yeast is active, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in the other ingredients. That's sugar. This is 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. This is 2 tablespoons of cornmeal. I think I said 1 tablespoon before, but I'm using 2 tablespoons. And the reason why you want to use cornmeal is because it doesn't have gluten, and it makes a denser product, which is really nice when you're making bagels. And this is the salt. So I'm just going to go ahead and give that a little mix before I add the flour. And you can throw the salt in because I'm using instant yeast. So that looks okay. I'm going to start by adding about 2 cups at a time. So you're really looking for a very thick and dense dough. So you want to actually put as much flour as the water will take. This is 5 cups of flour, and I'm going to add the 6th. Okay. So now we're going to mix that for about 10 minutes. Put the lock on, and your KitchenAid is going to work really hard, so just let that go. You can do this on the counter, but it does take a lot of work. So when you're making bagels, you really should have a KitchenAid or a bread maker that'll do the work for you. So the dough's been going for 12 minutes, and I can see that it's smooth. The texture is really, it's relaxed now. So at this point, all you really want to do, once the bowl is clean and the dough is smooth, all you really want to do is cover with oil and just let it rise for about 45 minutes to 60 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the dough plate, and you just want to cover with either a nice clean towel or plastic and let it go for a good hour, about an hour. And that's it. I'll be back in an hour. So it's been an hour, and the dough has doubled in size, and if you put your finger in there, it just keeps the indentation, so we know it's ready. So now I'm just going to put it right on the counter. First add just a little bit of flour. We'll need it for a few more minutes, and we're just going to make about 12 bagels, right? So we'll just cut into 12 pieces. Give it a good knead. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know what, do 4 and then 3 cuts. So if you wanted to, you can weigh them into 12 exact portions, but since I'm home, I'm just gonna wing it. And what you want to do is you want to roll them out into like little ropes, about 8 inches or so. And then we're going to make a ring of them. So I made them into 12 portions. They're not exact, but that's okay. We're cooking at home, so that should be fine. So I'm just gonna take one and basically, you just wanna make a ring of it, just like that. And then you lay it on a parchment paper lined tray and you let that stay for a while, about 20 minutes. So I formed the bagels. They're not perfect, but that's okay. If you need to, just add a little bit of water on your fingers when you mold them so that they stay together. Now, let them sit for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, we're gonna make a bagel bath, which is a quick little brine of salt, sugar, and a little honey. And I'll show you how to do that. Also, you wanna preheat your oven to 400 degrees because we're gonna pop them in the oven right after. So to make the bagel bath, we're gonna add 2 quarts of water. And you also want to add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of salt. Let that dissolve. And also I'd like to add about 1/4 cup of honey. That's going to give it a lot of flavor. If you don't have honey, go ahead and use maple syrup. I've used that plenty of times. So I'm going to give that a good stir and let it come to a boil. And the kettle water will be ready. So now that the water is up to a boil, we're going to go ahead and throw the bagel right into the boiling water, and we're going to cook that for 30 seconds on each side. And this is what makes that texture, that chewy texture of the bagel that we love so much. So I'll do that with all of them, and then I'll show you how to roll them, and then we're going to bake them off. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 to 35 minutes until golden brown. You may want to turn them halfway through, and I'll come back in about 25 minutes. So it's been about 30 minutes and the bagels are done. I took a peek at them, so I'm going to go ahead and take them out. As you can see, they're nicely browned, and they're hollow, and they're nice and soft, so they're ready. So here you go, a dozen homemade bagels. Use any topping you like. These are great to make. They're easy to make, and your family's gonna love them. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You're watching Food Whims and Whimsy, and I'm Carmen Di Pasquale. Thank you for watching.